But that is not the point. Because by thinking that, there is a breakdown that happens right away. Because when you compete, that's you now thinking that if I run, if I post looking like this runner, this athlete, I can be recognized as the person who's fit, who's healthy because you completed the marathon. And you're trying to wrap your identity inside the event itself, inside the marathon. Because guess what? The pressure is going to build because you've run a half marathon. So next time you got to run a full marathon. Maybe another and another and another. The pressure amounts because you now have to do more and more and more and more and more. And you're running. So the question is, are you able to handle that pressure to do more, to progress and be more, and maybe run an ultra marathon, or maybe get into a triathlon? Are you ready to handle that pressure? Because that pressure will come when your identity is now wrapped up in that marathon. No one really talks about that. And that's why people question, like, or they look and they notice, like Instagram, people posting on Instagram. They're like, oh, this person does this person does this. And people say Instagram is fake. That's because people are feeling that pressure. They've wrapped their aesthetic in a sport, in an achievement that they only did once and competed in once. But the reality is, life happens. Life happens. It's the event that you've wrapped your identity in. I ran into this. I was bodybuilding 2016. I bodybuilded and I did 3 shows in 1 year. 3 shows in 1 year. And when I did the 3 shows, I was posting on Instagram. And I went through this exact process because it's because you can replace the marathon with a different challenge, with a different event, right? So I'll give you a backstory. I was going to school full time. I was running a business, residential painting business, and I had crews that were painting houses and a team that was marketing. And so I had to manage these teams, and I was also going to school at the same time. And there's a point that I just realized I did this. I ran that business for about 4 years, and I realized the first 1, 2 years, my training, like I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy going to the gym, lifting weights. Boom, hands down. You can't take that away from me. That is the thing that I enjoy. And when I started this business, I had so much that I was doing. I was spread thin. And because I enjoyed working out, I didn't need as much motivation to go to the gym. I didn't need motivation. That's the basis of it. It was just the thing that I did because I actually enjoy doing that. So because I actually enjoy doing that, that was the thing that I was that's the first thing that went off that I just put to the side and say, yeah, I can go to the gym. But slowly, me not going to the gym, maybe lose the identity, my anchor. I lost that anchor for a moment, for a brief moment. And mentally, I realized that, oh, wow, like I'm getting squashed and I don't have any sales. I don't have any work for my guys. And I'm thinking like, okay, I got to get more leads. Like I got to call more clients. I got to follow up. Like all of these things, right? Like as a business owner, you're thinking about, and you're thinking about payroll. You're like, oh, can I get, can I make payroll? And you're looking at accounts, you're looking at jobs, and you've got stress at that time. And so for me at that point, I wasn't going to the gym, and I was still like, okay, I can go. Maybe I'll go like once or twice. And the days that I did go, my days got better and I started thinking clearly. And things changed and I had more confidence and everything just felt different. So I also recognized that I couldn't just depend on going to the gym when I felt good or I really needed to go to the gym. So I made the decision to go and actually, I had a friend who was competing in bodybuilding and he had competed the first show. I went to watch it. I was like, okay, cool. Okay, this looks fun. And we all trained together. And so I decided, I was like, okay, let me actually compete and do this because I just recognized that I also needed to bring a bit more structure to my life. Even though I was good at working out and I knew what I was doing in the gym, but I still required a structure for me to be able to do everything else. Everything had to have a plan. Everything had to have like a block of time that I would schedule each thing to say, okay, I'm going to do this time. I'm going to do this time. This. So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm just going to throw myself in the deep end and commit to this. Now I have to show up. And best believe I did show up. So I'd wake up in the morning, first thing, do my cardio. And at this time, I had more experience with the business as well. So I had people delegating a bit more. So it made me realize that okay, I got to delegate these things. And so I recognized, okay, it's gonna actually help me grow and push me to grow because I just put on more things. I'm like, okay, I got to get all these things done. So I started delegating and I started training. I made time for my workouts. I'll do cardio in the morning, go to the job sites, make sure that everything is good, get to the paint store and make sure everyone was good. And then I'll go to the gym after. And for me, it made me start planning more than what I used to do.